Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 2017 Provincial Skills Canada competition. How are you guys doing today? A little quiet, can't hear you over all those rowdy competitors. How are you guys doing? Awesome, that's what I like to hear. So here on center stage, we are going to have exciting presentations going on all day with some very ambitious and accomplished individuals and tons of Skills Canada Alberta giveaways. So make sure you come on down and see what all the fuss is about. Coming up first, we have a hairstyling demonstration from our national medalists, Alannah, Zilkowsky, and Nick Gaze. So if you are into hairstyling, get on down here. They're gonna do some hair extensions and hair tattoos for us this morning. Let's get it up for Alannah and Nick. Do we have any brave individuals out there who would like to get a hair tattoo done today? It's gonna be fun. In the back? Yeah, come on up. Awesome. Let's give our brave volunteer a round of applause. He is gonna look styling. And you've got one? Awesome.
Okay, so for myself, I'm looking for anyone with long hair who wants a semi-permanent pink extension in your hair. It's a tape-in. It lasts a couple weeks, and then it'll fall out on its own, and it doesn't damage your hair. If you want one, put your hand up.
Come on, girls.
Last year, I had like 20 people, and I had to pick. Okay, here we go. And I've got 4 other sets to do afterwards, so if you're on the fence, think about it and let me know. Coming up.
So I'll just do something small here, so it's not like too much.
Oh, I guess I don't.
Do you have a favorite
Do I still need
side?
this?
I prefer this side.
I need this?
because the hair goes
Need
to
this?
that side. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna make sure my. Oh yeah, it is on. Cool. Okay.
Testing. Okay. So, we're going to introduce ourselves. Pictures in the background are all myself and Nick's works. We're both provincial and national medalists for the skills competitions, ABA competitions, and a bunch of other national hairstyling competitions. A lot of the stuff that you see up there is avant-garde work that is not meant to be wearable. It's the artistic interpretations of hair. And think of Paris Fashion Week, where you go like, oh, what a cool dress, no one would ever wear it. That's the type of hairstyles you're gonna see behind there, and they're not everyday commercial wearable hairstyles. So Nick's gonna introduce himself.
First off, which is also very comparable to the hair that you'll see over at the hairstyling competition, it's pieces of art. So in salon, we do everyday stuff, but on the side, you can do things that allow you to express yourself a little bit more. Either way, my name is Nick Gaze. I competed in nationals in 2011 and won with it, so that was super awesome. This is our 3rd year on stage talking, which is pretty cool. So I work in Sherwood Park at Concrete Blonde. I've been doing hair since I was 16, so I started in grade 10 in high school. I'm 24 now. And it's just been essentially my life since I dove into it. So today I'm taking volunteers if you guys want to do hair tattoos, designs in the hair. They last for about 2-3 weeks. They just grow out with the rest of your hair. They're really cool. So if any of you want to come up here while we're talking, you can go to the side, you can line up. They're really cool. There's something I specialize in. If you're feeling adventurous and you don't have a shaved area, I'm also willing to talk with you and choose somewhere if you want to do that. So just make sure your parents aren't gonna be angry at you if you do this. So I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna pass over to Alannah. She's gonna talk a little bit about why you should get into trades and why they're so awesome over a lot of what society tells you what you should do with your life, as in going to school and all of that, okay? So everybody listen up. This is probably one of the most fun presentations you'll see all day, even though it's bright and early, 10 a.m., oh my gosh. But Alannah.
Awesome. So thank you to my model. I should have bought a, oh, I do have a mirror. Woo. Awesome. So my name's Alannah. I've been a hairstylist for 10 years. I'm 25 years old. I got a job in a salon when I was 15, started my apprenticeship, graduated from high school with 188 credits because because I did the registered apprenticeship program. I had a job in a salon, got all my credits, was able to challenge the first year of school. I opened my own business. You're good. Thank you. I opened my own business 3.5 years ago. I work for myself, and I generally take about 4 months off a year now, traveling around the world for fun and also for hair shows. Last year, I was in Portugal for a hair show, and this year I've been to Cancun, Panama, and Seattle just for fun. So hairstyling is a job that I get up in the morning, I want to do, makes me happy, and it gives me the ability and the finances to travel around the world. So it's not just something that you do because you can't get into university, much like a lot of trades. So anyone else want a free pink extension in their hair? Okay, come on up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just jump up. So with a lot of trades, there's the perception out there that you have to go to university. You have to go to university for 4 years to get a degree, to get a job, to pay off your $80,000 worth of student debt, and that's just not how it works. For hairstyling, I was able to get all of my schooling paid for through grants. I was able to work during school, graduated without any student debts, and was able to have employable skills, and I've never not been able to get a job with hairstyling. So Nick's going to talk about some of the hairstyling industry and the trades industry.
So I started working in a salon, and while I was in grade 10, so at my high school they offered a cosmetology program, beauty school, whatever you want to call it. So because I was enlisted in that, I was able to land a job in a salon quite easily. So they're usually looking for people with experience. So if you're just Joe Schmo off the street, they probably won't hire you. So I started my education essentially then. I took my credits and my time in high school and I applied it to my apprenticeship. So each trade kind of has different time spans of how long it takes to get licensed. Hairstyling is 2 years, so there's 2 terms. Each term is a year. I was able to take all of my high school credentials and put it towards my first year and challenge it. So I only had to go to school for 10 weeks to become a licensed hairstylist. And I still got all my grants because I only had to go to school once. I actually made $2,000 becoming a licensed professional, okay? So never mind going to school, which my mom always thought I would do, go to school, be an architect, spend thousands of dollars, and then go to work after and spend years working to pay that debt off. Yes, that's good for some people, but not everybody has to do it. And let's get real, who doesn't want to go into a trade where you're going and being creative and doing something that you love every day and you're using your hands, you're not just sitting behind a computer screen wasting away. That works for some people, but other people it doesn't. And I would say more people it doesn't work for them. But you have to be open to the process of what it takes to become a licensed professional. And really it's just time, dedication, but you're also making money working in a salon or whatever occupation you have while you're getting to that point to become a licensed professional. So I would much prefer do that than to be in school for 4 or 6 years, draining away, oh my God, every night you're studying. Like, yes, it works for some people, but just know that there's options out there where you don't have to do it and it doesn't have to cost you a lifetime of debt to have a career, I guess,
I
right?
have 2 more pink extensions left, okay?
Okay, let's finish this though, so you can get off stage with these
So,
lights beaming at you.
Show of hands out here. Who knows what they want to do? Okay, you got a couple people out there who thinks they know what they want to do, but maybe their parents say, oh, don't do that, you need to go to university. Couple people? Okay, so that's why the skills, I know a lot of you are here for school and you're like, sweet, day off of school, I'm gonna wander around and hang out with my friends. Yes, it's great, I did this when I was in junior high and high school too. but go around and actually use it as an opportunity to look at all the different career options that are out here today. There's welding, there's carpentry, there's electricians, there's cooking, there's hairstyling, there's mechanics, there's robotics. There's so many things that you can try, and a lot of them have triad trades. So there's a carpentry booth over there where you actually get to make a little thing. So if you have no idea what you want to do with your life, that's fine. Most of us don't. Even when you think you're an adult, you still haven't grown up. It's okay. Try it out, because you may not. I thought I wanted to go to this university to be a scientist, and then I got involved in hairdressing, realized I loved it, and you know, now I just watch Bill Nye on Netflix and get my science that way, and I get to go to work, make money, and I'm glad that I didn't. And that's not to say university is bad or that you shouldn't. If you want to do something that involves the university, go for it, but use the opportunity of being at Skills today to see what other job opportunities and careers are out there, and realize that you can make a good amount of money doing them. Things like a plumber isn't just someone who fixes your toilet at your house. There's someone who can work on hydroelectrics in huge $1 million facilities making over 100 grand a year. And you can do that, not right out of school, but you can do that after graduating without any debt by getting scholarships and grants to pay for your trades apprenticeships. So if your school has been fortunate enough to let you come today, take advantage of that. Wander around, see what opportunities are out there for something that you may have not realized that you're interested in.
The one thing my mom always said to me when I told her I was going to go into this, and there's definitely a stereotype with, oh, you're going to go into hair, really? Oh, it's such a cop-out. You're not going to make any money. Totally not true, depending on what you do with it. So my mom was always like, don't go work on supercuts. Do something proper with it. And I just think about where I am today in this industry, and I'm definitely not just a little nobody working in a little dead-end salon. I make quite good income. It allows me to do things like travel. I've been to Nicaragua twice this year already, which is around Costa Rica, for anybody who doesn't know. You really can make a pretty good income, and you can have a lot of fun doing it. Like, I'm gonna pump up hairstyling a little bit here. I know there's a lot of awesome trades, but I go to work every day. I'm gonna try and show this guy what I just did to him. I don't know if you can try and see. You might have to go to the washroom to see these, FYI, but maybe I'll take a photo and I'll show you. I go to work every day, and I essentially just create, and I converse with people. I learn from them, they learn from me. It's probably one of the coolest jobs I've ever really done. When I was also in high school, I actually worked 2 jobs at the time. I worked at Royal Pizza, and I also worked in a salon. And comparing the two to them, oh my gosh, a world of a difference. I had to go to work at Royal Pizza wearing a uniform, smelling like pizza every day. Now I get to go to work dressing as I want to, being totally who I am, and make killer cash while I'm doing it. So I'm just gonna show this guy what I did to him again, and then we'll keep talking. It's a little harder to see just because of the lights on you, but once you go into the washroom, yeah, it looks really
awesome.
cool.
So far we've got about 10 minutes left in our presentation. Does anyone have any questions that they're thinking of about trades or?
I'm going to take your cape off, and I'm just going to dust it.
Oh, you're just stretching. Anyone have questions about trades or how you get into it, or hairstyling questions at all?
Yeah. Thank you for coming up. Does anybody else want a hair tattoo? You guys know you want to.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, come on up. Do it. Yeah.
Come on up.
Oh, you just hopped right up here. Cool. Have you had one before? No. So you can do something like really simple. That's some of my competition work up there. So again, they're not everyday hairstyles. Once you run your hands through them, they're destroyed. But they showcase things like precision cutting, even mathematics by how you balance color and placement of length versus shortness. As much as things like hair tattoos can be crazy, they can also be quite polished and conservative, like you've seen in some of my older clientele who even still get them. Okay, so pretty cool stuff. Come on up here.
Wait, one more pink extension. I apparently can't count, so come on up. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
So you guys that are up here today, are sitting here today, can you just yell out some of the things that you think you'd be interested in doing? Hairdresser. Okay, yell out some other ones. Hairdresser, welder, plumber. While you guys are here today, wander around and look at what there's there. Go over to the baking section. It smells amazing all the time over there. And a lot of your high schools that are here today, they offer trades programs. I know the high school I went to, Bev Facey in Sherwood Park, they had cosmetology, they had welding, mechanics, carpentry. So if you think it's something you might be interested in, you can check it out during high school. There was a lot of girls in my cosmetology class in high school who thought they wanted to be hairdressers, took a year or two, realized it wasn't for them, and that's fine. At least you haven't signed up for school, paid $30,000, which is how much it costs to be a hairdresser at Evelyn Charles. If you don't go the apprenticeship route, pay $30,000, get 3 months into it, and realize you don't like it. Take it in high school, try a mechanics class, learn how to change oil. I tried it, I still pay someone to change my oil, but I know how to do it at least. There's lots of opportunities in high school that people don't take advantage of, and then you're in your 20s going like, what should I do? And there's not the opportunities like there are today to just wander around, ask questions to people who are in the industry. Do you like your job? The people here today are here to answer your questions. Do you like your job? How long did you go to school for? What hours do you work? Are you happy with the amount of money you make? You can, for a type of learning environment like that, people aren't going to be offended by those questions. They're here to educate you. And for myself, it took a lot of work, but now that I own my own company, I have the flexibility. I took today and tomorrow morning off work to be able to come here and talk to you guys. I can take time off to travel. I can work more if I want to make more money. If I don't.
This girl travels so much, and she's a hairdresser. So freaking much. I swear to God, every month she's going somewhere. I'm like, where next? Oh my gosh. So it can gain you a lot of opportunities, people. It really can.
Panama was my 31st country I went to.
Like what? That's crazy.
Thanks. Awesome. All right, so you don't have to limit yourself. You can do that a lot with a lot of other trades out there. Flexibility, working for yourself. A lot of times university degrees don't lend themselves to being an entrepreneur and being able to start your own business. A lot of trades do. You can be a carpenter, HVAC, doing air conditioning and heating, start your own company, sell the furnaces, do that, plumbing. It's also great to have a practical physical skill that you can do. Be handy, help your friends and family out, and they're just very useful skills to learn. And you just don't have to pigeonhole yourself into a lot, and no offense to all the parents here, but a lot of times parents have this perception in their head that you have to go to university, you have to get a good degree to be successful. And especially in Alberta, that's really not how the world works here. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, and there's plenty of potential out there for tons of other work and tons of other jobs and careers that don't require you to only use your head and sit down in school. There's lots of people who work better with their hands or more creatively, and that's awesome. There's tons of other potentials out there. We need accountants, we need plumbers, we need electricians, we need receptionists, we need everything like that in the world. So they're used today as an opportunity to learn about other options that are out there that you may not have even thought of.
Now,
does anyone have any questions right now?
Yeah, questions.
You guys are quiet. We shouldn't do the 10 a.m. None of you guys are awake yet. You haven't learned the joy of coffee. Sorry?
Ooh.
What made me become a hairdresser? Okay, so there's the ABA hair show competitions, which I now compete in, and there was a poster up somewhere that asked for a hair model, and I had long hair, and I went to the audition and said, you can do whatever you want to my hair. They ended up shaving half of it, doing a sideways mohawk, crazy haircut. I was up on stage at the competition that I would later compete in. And it was awesome. I was like, this is so cool. I want to do this. I left. I came in as someone who just had hair that I didn't really care about, and I left being like, I feel awesome. I look awesome. That was so cool. And I wanted to be able to do that for other people. So then I was 15 when I did that, and then I took cosmetology, and I actually thought I wanted to be a makeup artist. So I still worked in a salon, looked more into makeup, and it just wasn't for me, so I continued on the hairstyling route. So it comes in different, finding what you want to do can come in a really odd way, but I was a hair model, and I decided it was fun. So maybe you'll decide you want to be a hairdresser today because you got a pink piece in your hair.
So with myself, I actually grew up not wanting to be a hairstylist at all. I wanted to be a fashion designer. But in high school, I took as many options as I could within the arts realm. So cosmetology, sewing, art, honestly everything I could. And it just ended up being something that I really enjoyed. So like today, here, I went and saw and exposed myself to as many opportunities as I could to see what fit with what I enjoyed doing, my personality and all that. So realistically, it was just a different medium for me to work on compared to the general art that I had been doing on paper throughout elementary, junior high, and high school. So it just kind of, in all reality, happened, and I just learned that it was something that I loved. And while I was in cosmetology, I guess my teachers kind of saw the natural act in me, and they paired me with Alannah, and my training started within the Skills Canada world, and then things just kind of led from there. So sometimes things just happen, honestly. Like, I really did not, when I was 5, I wasn't like, I want to be a hairdresser. It just, honestly, just happened. So sometimes when you're on your right path, listening to yourself and putting yourself in the, being available to different doors that can open to you, things just kind of happen as they should. Do you guys believe in the quote, everything happens for a reason, or everything is as it should be? Well, I really believe that this just kind of happened because I was open to opportunities and what the world could kind of give to me. So again, go around here and check out each booth and look at what's going on. Something might catch your eye. It might not be hairstyling, it could be the robotics competition here, but go look. There's so much here, and this is not, again, just a day to go hang out with your friends. Yes, it's cool, day off of school, whatever, but there's really a huge cause to what this competition does for you guys. It really kaboomed me in my career. I could, on my resume, put that I competed in this competition, not placed, and people would still recognize that. This is a very reputable thing put on by the government, and people in the industry recognize it. And if you can place in it, I don't want to pump myself up, but honestly, either one of us could go walk into any salon with the credentials we have from being a gold medalist in this competition, and we would probably get hired on the spot. So, but again, you could even just compete in this and they would recognize the experience because this is such a well-rounded experience that is offered to you guys. So don't just ignore it. Go, yes, have fun today, but there's a lot more to it as well, okay?
So for the competition aspect, we got a minute left here, so I'll ask for some questions after competition. So I competed in grade 11 and grade 12, and then in post-secondary, so in hair school. And then I was the trainer for Nick, and he went to provincials and nationals as well. What was also really cool is when I went to nationals, we went to Waterloo, Ontario. My flight was paid for, my hotel was paid for, all my food was paid for, and we actually got to go to Niagara Falls. That was our trip. All of Team Alberta went on a trip and we went to Niagara Falls. When Nick won provincials and went to nationals, we went to Quebec City. So myself as his trainer and him, we flew to Quebec, hotels, food, everything, and what did we do for Quebec? I think we went and saw a couple cool churches, but we got to go to Quebec City. And that's a cool experience in itself. And a lot of times you look around here and you could be competing in any of these competitions next year. Just take the initiative to ask people how they got into it, ask your teacher. There's sewing competitions, ask your sewing teacher, hey, remember that skills thing we went to? I'd like to compete in that next year. It's free to enter. A lot of times the schooling gets funding and grants for the products and the tools and the supplies that you would need to compete, and it's a fun opportunity. And you'll learn something out of it. It looks cool on your resume, and it's a great opportunity to expand. Even if you compete in sewing and go, that was cool, but I don't want to, or you do the hairstyling, it's just a great way to expand your knowledge about what you want to do. So we're going to finish up here. Do we have any last questions? Okay, perfect. So Nick's just finishing up here, and then he's going to show you guys. And again, I can just encourage you guys to wander around, try the trades, look at it. There's a lot of stuff here that every year I wander around, and I'm like, oh, they're making robots over there, or you can try out welding over there, or you can do something there. It's amazing opportunities, and after I'm done talking, I'm going to wander around and play around for an hour or so, because even though I'm a hairstylist, it's still fun to try new things. So thank you guys for listening today, and if you are a teacher and you're back here tomorrow, we're up on stage tomorrow as well. If you have any questions, both Nick and I will be off on the stage for a few minutes afterwards if there's something you didn't want to shout out about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Nick and Alannah. Let's give these guys a big hand.
Probably won't. Oh,
And we've got some Skills Canada swag to give away to some rowdy audience members between presentations. Are you guys awake out there? Does anybody want swag? Oh, I see over there my TV video friends. You always are ready for the hype. What about anyone else? Sunglasses? There we go. Oh. I can't hear ya. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Good job. Awesome. And let's get some swag to our awesome volunteers up here. Give these guys a round of applause. That was very brave first thing off the bat. Excellent. So coming up next, you guys are all going to want to get down to center stage. We are presenting Canadian celebrity TV contractors Paul LaFrance and Kate Campbell with some very interesting activities for you guys. So round up your friends, bring them on down. That's going to start up in about 5 minutes here. Thank you guys again.